cheats. Another cheats. I never know how to start these videos. So let's just start it, okay? You know it's me, it's Evan. I know it's you, RooTube. And let's go, baby. NFTs. Non-fungible tokens. So I'm assuming that you might know some stuff about NFTs, but in case you don't, let's do a quick crash course 101. Feel pretty lucky, okay? So what is an NFT? A original, minted, authenticated piece of, well, it could really be anything, but for how we understand it, digital goods. I can make a $20 bill out of a $20 bill, 2 10s, 4 5s, or 20 singles, or a mix of all those bills, and it still equals $20. You will accept it as $20, and I will perceive it as $20. Now, an NFT is something like the Declaration of Independence.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Why it was so important for Nicolas Cage to steal it in America's classic, National Treasure, is because it was the original piece. And he could go to the gift store and get a fake Declaration of Independence. It might be a perfect one-to-one scan, but it wouldn't have the secret names on the back because he needed the original. Now they have an understanding of what an NFT is. Let's talk about what you might think of when you think of an NFT. The monkey NFT. When I put it online, I can have it authenticated so that if someone wanted to buy it, they had the rights to that original piece of online data, the blockchain of the internet that they can physically own by showing the authentication, your receipt that you own that actual piece of code. Because no matter how many times I can screenshot it, I'm just screenshotting the picture. So you're probably saying, Evan, that sounds like a great thing. It sounds like a perfect place where artists can really share and connect with their fan base and their artists. But here's the problem. Celebrities, rich people, and investors are now coming in and corrupting the idea of what an NFT is. And there's not a video out there that exemplifies it more than an infamous Jimmy Fallon video.
I jumped in.
I know, I heard. I'm so happy I taught you what they were.
You did. You taught me what's up, and then I bought an ape.
I got an ape too, because I saw you on the show with Beeple, and you said you got a MoonPay, so I went and I copied you and did the same thing.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
This is your
mine.
ape. Are
Yeah,
we debuting?
it's really cool. Like the hat, the shades.
Paris Hilton, she makes anything she says, even if she's interested in NFTs, she makes it sound like she's so not interested in what's going on. And then Jimmy's over here like, it's so crazy, it's right here. The ape's right here. The ape's right here. That's crazy. That's what's going on. This happened to be here. Like, this is your ape? Paris is like, yeah, like, I just like, there's so many apes out there with so many different looks and personalities, so I like wanted to find one that fits me. So I chose this one.
That's something that like kind of reminds me of me, but this one, it does.
And it's just a red ape with a little chain around its hat and then sunglasses. And it's like, oh yeah, it's like one for one. Wow, that must have been made for Paris Hilton. And he's like, yeah, it's like the chains, like it represents like my wealth, like my extreme wealth, and like how like I worked so hard to attain my wealth, and I wasn't just like born to the right family. And then Jimmy goes and he shows him, he's like, yeah, like I chose this one because it really like represents me as well. Like I love striped shirts, and it has a striped shirt, and I have like a little inside joke with my daughters with the sunglasses, you know, they're hearts and stuff, and like I've worn heart sunglasses before. So disingenuous.
This is my ape.
It's yours.
It reminded me of me a little bit because I wear striped shirts. Mm-hmm. I've worn these heart sunglasses because my daughters, as a joke, I put them on. So I've done this.
Jimmy Fallon gets $12 million per episode, and his net worth is $60 million. Paris Hilton, billionaire dollar company with the Hilton, like they're both set for generations of wealth. And they're sitting here talking to these mouth breathers that go to their shows, and they're like, clap for us, clap. It just feels like I'm watching a dystopian world. It's so strange to me. And like, there's a point where there's a girl like laughs.
Because I wear striped shirts.
Like, I think they thought it was like a joke, but he's being dead serious. Like, he doesn't stop and like laugh at the crowd or like kind of wink at them like, yeah, it's stupid. Like, he's like, yeah, like I chose this because it really represents me. It's, they're flexing their wealth on the same people that made them who they are. Like, that's the problem I have with celebrities a lot of times. Paris Hiltons or the Jimmy Fallons or the Paul brothers. That's like me as a 14-year-old going buying an Xbox 360 and then being like, nah, mom and dad, I bought this and you can't use this, even though I used my allowance that they gave me to buy it. There's that disingenuous like connection is just so clear in this video, and it just is cringy. And it's like, why are you talking about it? It feels very much like slimy or just like politician-esque. Yeah, this is the NFT, and like you guys should get involved too. Like it feels like how much money is Jimmy getting behind closed doors to rep out the Ape Yacht Club to post this out, because it just feels like, like if a politician did this, we'd be like, okay, Jimmy, wink, wink, we get it. Big Oil's got your back. Because he's a celebrity or he has a talk show, we feel like he's a part of the man. He's one of us. It's like, no. The problem with celebrities getting involved in these things is, in a way, they're making micro explosions of market. Like, they're gamifying the system in almost inside trading. When a celebrity makes a comment, like, for instance, Elon Musk put the diamond hands out there with Bitcoin or repped Dogecoin, it exploded stock value. Same thing with when a celebrity does it. After this Jimmy Fallon show, the searches for it went skyrocketing. And that's kind of the problem. These celebrities can manipulate the market for their favor. And that's the issue I have. I don't have an issue inherently with NFTs. I don't inherently have an issue with crypto. I'm invested, but the problem is the way they can manipulate the market. And a perfect pulling behind the closed door is our favorite Logan Paul and Mr. Beast.
You go, yeah, just put $1.5 million into Bitcoin. I'm pretty excited about it. To see where it goes.
Yeah. I'll show you my portfolio after this. But so me and Logan both bought punks. You guys have probably seen on his Twitter that he bought a bunch of crypto punks at the same time, right?
Yep.
When Gary pulled us in that call.
Yep.
So have you ever told that story?
No.
Gary V, it's like fucking 11 p.m. just out of nowhere, just calls me and he's like, yo, I got like 30 people to call, hop in. I'm like,
What did we just learn from that 40 seconds of clip? One, that Mr. Beast is a little more of a douche because he hangs out with Logan Paul. Bro, come on, get back to your Christian roots, okay? Logan Paul is not the person that you want. If you want to get into heaven, you got to get to not hanging out with Logan Paul, because he might be going down there, bro. Come on, Christian roots, dude.
If you wanted to know how much PewDiePie makes.
No exception to the rule, do what you do to get by, cause I keep ticking like a metronome.
Okay, also, I just needed to the fact that someone hasn't just caved in Logan Paul's buddy, I don't even fucking know his name. He is the most annoying, childish, babyish, just like, oh God. Like, he makes Logan seem chill. Like, when they're in the same room together, I want to hang out with Logan so much more than him, because, and I hate the Paul brothers. And it's just like, he's just the worst. Like, I don't know how there was another person out there more obnoxious, lower IQ, twice the douchiness than the Paul brothers. It is quite amazing, and he should win a reward. But anyways, a little bit of a tangent. So Jimmy and Logan are talking about how they had some inside talk about Gary V calling them about punks, which is yet again another NFT. Fans, like, don't give a fuck about your portfolios. Like, talk about that off camera. Don't talk about this in front of them. Don't flex the fact that you can easily throw $1 million into Bitcoin. There's such a disconnect between the wealthy and everyone else. What would they be doing without YouTube? Who knows? Like, no one's coming to Mr. Beast or Logan Paul for investment information. But then Jimmy talks about how Gary V called him up at 11. He's like, I got these 30 other people on the call, and we're gonna, we're going in on punks. Punks are the best. And Gary V's using his manipulative, sell me this pen mentality. Oh, you got to get on this now, dude. If you miss this chance, dude, you're gonna be we're getting it, dude. You need to be on this call. And even Jimmy said, he's like, what? I don't care. I don't care about this. Like, whatever.
He's like, it'll be the best decision of your life. Just get in. I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah.
And so I just joined the call. And I just see Logan, and I don't even know these other people. I don't want to put them on blast.
Every heavy hitter you can imagine who's worth $1 billion was on this one call.
We don't even need to know who's in this call. Logan comes out here with his idiocy, comes in and says, every billionaire that you could imagine is on this call with Gary V, and he's trying to sell us on punks. Gary V is manipulating the market. He's telling these people to put their wealth into it, selling them on a product, and just them putting their money, they're going to have more people who don't know, who aren't in on these calls, who aren't in these text groups. What's going to happen? Gary's going to send, hey, pull out now. Everyone's going to pull out now, and guess who's going to be left with the bag? The idiots that follow Logan Paul's investment advice. That's the whole problem with these whole celebrities, with them talking about it. It's an issue because they are manipulating the market in their favor.
He's going, CryptoPunks. It's going to be huge. It's going to be the next Facebook. Where all of us were like, okay,
Everyone's
Gary.
judging. I'm texting Logan.
He's
I'm like, Gary lost
is
his
this
mind.
legit? Bro, all of us were like, yo, Gary's nuts. Yo, Gary was right again.
Yeah.
What the
So
fuck?
we got to keep the story going. So there's all these very successful people in this call. And Gary's just like, everyone shut the fuck up. Here's what you're going to do, and you're going to do it right now. You're all going to buy a bunch of CryptoPunks. He's like, who here owns one? And one guy raised his hand, and it's because Gary bullied him into buying it the day before. And we're all just like, are you sure, Gary? And we're asking questions, and he's like, just buy it.
Jimmy is literally explaining 101 inside trading. Gary Vee is manipulating, bullying, and telling people who are super rich to invest into an item. Has anyone seen Wolf of Wall Street? I guarantee it's not against the law what they're doing, because again, they're individuals. Individuals can talk about trading and stocks and whatnot, but it's like on that thin line of what it's like, where is this like manipulating of the market, and where is it just rich people getting together and talking about their yachts and I had caviar from the Mediterranean shipped to my house last night and it was delicious. That's what it feels like, and it's so wrong. This conversation is so wrong. And they continue to talk about it, and Jimmy's like, yeah, you know, I bought like 7 of them or whatever.
Yeah, I bought quite a few.
How many?
I bought like 8 of them, and they did pretty good. So then I rolled the money into VeeFriends, because Gary, same thing, called me. He's like, VeeFriends. I was like, I don't fucking know.
Everybody's like, Gary was right again.
Yeah.
Is it possible that he's right because of the call? Do you know what I'm saying?
I think about that a lot.
Dude, he has all these billionaire market makers in the thing. He makes the call, makes the market. By the way, you look around at all the punk owners a year later, and you're like, damn, it's all the same motherfuckers that were on the call.
No, because, bro, there's 10,000 punks, and there's only like 30 of us in the call. We can only own and do so much. There's still an entire market that's going to happen.
All right, so Logan's idiot friend, because he's so dumb, he's like, dude, you ever think about, like, of course that's what Gary's fucking doing. Are you serious? Now, Logan's just a little smarter, and he's like, oh, dude, wait, like, that kind of, like, that's a little fucked up. So, like, let's, like, 10,000, like, things. Like, we can't manipulate the market. Like, there's, you know, there's only 30 of us. It's like, okay, Jimmy just admitted that he bought 8. I guarantee there's people that are much richer than them that bought, like, 100. So let's just say 30 people, the average of every 30 person, 40, okay? 1,200 NFTs bought by just the people that are in this call. Gary might also have more individual talks, but let's just say, okay, this is hypothetical. That's still a 10th of the market. Dude, yes, it is manipulated. And Logan's trying to like save face and be like, yeah, no, totally. But then his dumbass friend is like pulling the veneer off and showing the real shit that it is.
I don't think why, because that was all back like early February. Like things didn't pop off till later, and every like NFT project was popping off, not just punks.
I mean, make no mistake. Like having such influential people involved in projects, it can't hurt the ability for the project to
but like,
work. You know what I'm saying?
95% of those people didn't even mention it. You know what I mean? Like, I've never talked about it publicly.
They're trying to save face or make them feel better. And okay, maybe you're right. You know, no one knew about that call, but you can't say it doesn't affect the market. Those same people either hold on to them or leave, and then the people who aren't involved in that call get screwed with it. Like, yes, you can shortchange it. What Jimmy was talking about, he bought a bunch and then he sold them because the market jumped up, the value jumped. You could have bought them right there. If you wanted to just turn just a small profit after that call, you could have bought your things, waited a few days and sold them. You would have made money because just that jump of those people in that call buying them would have made the value higher. And they're trying to act like they're on this like high horse, like, oh yeah, I'm not affecting the market. It's like, yeah, you are.
I literally just like once a month, I'm like, Gary, what NFT should I buy? And then I just buy what he tells me.
I'm a collector at heart, which is like why I like the space. We have these talks, like we talk probably every other day at least. If you play this right, like I know you can, like you do with Pokemon, the NFT industry, you can make $250 million.
How do you not like perk up?
But he's never wrong, right? So that's where I started.
Yeah.
And then, bro, the other day I got the idea.
Yeah.
And I want to run it by you. Not now. Off the podcast.
Lives a little treat, you know? Like, Logan might be a dumbass, but he's not a stupid dumbass, you know what I mean? Like, he knows how to market himself, and he's like, yeah, dude, like, Gary's never wrong. Could be $1 billion. Talking about these life-changing ideas for these, like, people who are watching them. And he's like, yeah, well, let's talk about it off camera. I got an idea. I got another shitcoin idea that I want to blast past you. To the impulsive viewers, they're like, oh, I'm gonna be the first one to know about Logan's new thing, and I'll be ground zero. I'll be like that guy on the Gary Vee call. Gary Vee is always right, and it's just like so manipulative. Like I guarantee whatever he's gonna do, going off of that shitcoin thing he did back in September, I guarantee it's gonna be another manipulative thing that he's gonna know, he's gonna control the market, he's gonna blow it up, and then he's gonna pull out, take advantage of idiots that are willing to invest. I'm just a collector at heart. It's like, no, dude, you wanna take advantage of people who are gonna buy these things. You know, Logan's just like, yeah, I talk to Gary every other day. It's just so disingenuous, and that's the word of this episode, because it is, and it's sickening that these wealthy people are flaunting their wealth and their opportunity to people who just can't do it. The only time a celebrity would be talking about it was if they had some kind of investment in it, aka Jimmy Fallon, Paris Hilton, Gary Vee, Logan Paul, and Mr. Beast, and Logan Paul's dumb shit friend. So let's pull it back. Let's wrap it up. Celebrities can manipulate a market because their wealth, their knowledge, and their connections. The problem, and this is one of the reasons why I want to even make this video, because I know all these videos I'm showing right now have either happened a long time ago or people made videos. But when I was watching the Super Bowl and the amount of crypto commercials that I've been seeing, sponsor of UFC and Coinbase commercials are going on, like all these the crypto market is blowing up into mainstream popularity. But with that comes people manipulating the mainstream market. When celebrities, people of wealth or interest start talking about something, usually they're either trying to A, manipulate the situation, or B, trying to get people into it so they could sell their stocks because they missed the point to sell. Let me give you an example. I'm an explorer and I'm walking around and wow, I stumble upon El Dorado, the fortune Mayan capital filled and made of gold. Amazing, or the Aztecian, whatever one it is. Sorry, I'm not a South American expert. The first thing I'm not gonna do is make a Twitter post about the GPS coordinates of El Dorado in South America, because then everyone's gonna flock to it and steal the gold. The problem is when people start talking about it, that must mean that they need you to boost profits. Jimmy Fallon, Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, Gary Vee, and Paris Hilton, and every other millionaire that is talking about crypto right now is only talking about it because they want you to invest your nickels and dimes because it bumps up their larger investment. If a million people all put in $20, their 1 million investment jumps up. They can sell because they're connected with all the phone calls, with what Logan Paul's idiotic podcast literally proves. There's all this inside baseball between these really wealthy people that know when to pull out of a situation. So you're at such a disadvantage, but you don't know when, and you just have to hopefully ride the trend. But then these Logan Pauls and these Gary Vee act like, oh, dude, it's a sure thing. It's a sure thing. And it might be a sure thing for them, but if they're telling you, the Jimmy Fallons out there telling you to invest, be a little wary. You don't ever 100% listen to what a politician say. And these celebrities and people of interest and these social media stars are kind of becoming the new politician, where it's like, why are they telling me this? They're not just telling this to be out of the kindness of their heart. There's a motivation. There's a second reason why they're doing this. Just be a little wary. And that's kind of what the sign off is. NFTs bad? No, not inherently, but they really kind of benefit the rich and really don't help you. Is crypto bad? No. Invest in crypto. I have money in Bitcoin. I don't own a Bitcoin, but I have some money in it. You should invest. You should diversify. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.